Many billion-dollar NATO weapons will continue to be equipped for the Ukrainian army in the near future. So the battlefield situation changed in the near future. Specifically, the US plans to transfer to the Ukrainian armed forces 250,000 shells of 155mm artillery pieces, 6 NASAMS air defense missile system, RQ-20 Puma drones, Vampire anti-UAV system and counter-reaction radar. In a conversation with military expert, Reserve Colonel Khodarenok believes that the only Western weapon that can pose a threat to Russia is the 70mm RPK-WS missiles. This missile is laser-guided, high precision, flying at the speed of 3,600 km per hour for distance up to 15 km. The Russian military expert stated the dangerous characteristic of this projectile. However, this is not certain that the armed forces of Ukraine will effectively use such sophisticated weapons, said Khodarenok. The delivery of NASAMS air defense system also indicates that the Ukrainian armed forces have run out of modern means of protection, even in strategically important areas such as factories, administrative buildings, and etc. The supply of weapons from NATO leads to an important conclusion. Ukraine's military is weak. These weapons are certainly not sufficient to operate in dangerous areas, and the deployment of which along the surface battle will erode efficiency, the military expert said. In addition to the weapon provided by the US, expert Mikhail Khodarenok also turned his attention to the fact that Spain pledged to provide the largest ever military aid to Ukraine. Kyiv media has published information about the supply of adequate anti-aircraft batteries to Ukraine. There is no clear explanation for this, but there are some details that should be of the particular concern. Military observers note that Spain itself has 8 NASAMS launchers and only one Patriot battery. Surely this advanced air defense system could not be delivered but must be of a much more outdated type. This predicts that Madrid can only supply Kyiv with a spy mobile anti-aircraft missile system, which will not affect the cost of the war in any way. The range of interceptor missile will not allow access to Russian aviation. I also do not rule out that the Spaniards could provide Kyiv with an Oerlikon anti-aircraft battery instead of more sophisticated interceptor. These are simple air defense systems with two 35mm cannons that have an effective range of air target in the range of 2 to 2.5 kilometers. These weapons are even worse than tanks. Gepard air defense that Germany provided, Mr. Khodarenok summed up. However, do not forget that on the battlefield, the Russian army had to carry T-62 tanks, self-propelled anti-aircraft guns, the Su-23-4, much more outdated than the weapon that NATO provided for Ukraine, so development on the ground are very unpredictable.